Thanks for joining me on the Property Show, your one-stop shop for everything on Indian real estate news, views, buy, sell and investment decisions. This is a call-in show, so pick up the phone and call us if you want some solid data to back up your investment decision. All details right here on the show with our co-anchor as well as our expert Gaurav Pandey, Head of Research at Prop Equity, joins us on this particular show. Gaurav, thank you so much for joining me on the show. As always, a pleasure having you with us. And together, Gaurav and I will address all your queries and help you make an informed decision. So what are we waiting for? Pick up the phone right now. Give us a call on the numbers on your screen. You can SMS us by typing property space your query and send it to 56088, or you can email us at property@ndtv.com. Let's get rolling with our show. What's up on the table? First and foremost, smart investment options in Noida and Gurgaon. Next, we have top of the chart recommendations in Mumbai and Pune. Also up next, prime property options in Bengaluru and Chennai. And a special analysis on why investors are shunning Indian real estate. And let's kickstart the week with a quick roundup of the top stories.
The Rural Development Ministry under Jairam Ramesh has offered to build an additional 14,000 houses under the Indira Awas Yojana in flood-ravaged Uttarakhand. This is in addition to the 14,000 housing units that the ministry had allocated to the state this fiscal, with a central funding of almost 79 crores. Meanwhile, the Empowered Committee on the Prime Minister's Gram Sadak Yojana has set aside 336 crores to build 82 roads and 27 bridges covering 675 kilometers. In a unique new initiative, the government has set up an online forum where private players whose infrastructure projects worth 1,000 crores or more are struck can pose their grievances. Users of this online forum will also get a weekly update on the steps that the government may have taken to address their issues. Infrastructure developers can visit capsec.nic.in to register themselves and to post their complaints. The complaint will then be reviewed by a special cell which would hold a three-way meeting with the infrastructure developer, the implementing ministry and the ministry where the project is stuck. The skyline in Mumbai's Girgaon and Parer areas is all set to undergo a drastic makeover. High Power Committee for Cluster Development has given the go-ahead to 2 skyscraper projects in these 2 areas, for which all low-rises will have to be mowed down. The redevelopment project will see several low-rise structures being raised and replaced by multiple high-rises that will house tenants from nearby chawls. The developer will make his profit by selling flats in 250-story towers. The 2 projects now await the approval of the state government, which recently began allowing a higher vertical limit when building clusters in a minimum area of 1 acre are redeveloped. Developers in Haryana are set to come under the radar of the Excise and Taxation Department, with the state government deciding to bring them under the ambit of the Value Added Tax or VAT. According to reports, the state government is conducting a survey to bring developers, joint developers, promoters and builders under VAT. As per the provisions of the Haryana Value Added Tax Act 2003, developers on their part state that if VAT is imposed on them, then they are likely to pass on the tax to end users and investors, in turn hiking property prices. The UP government has given the go-ahead to start work on the first phase of the North-South corridor of the Lucknow Metro Rail project on the lines of the Delhi Metro Rail Corporation. The UP Cabinet has approved the modalities for the first phase of the 23-kilometer long Lucknow Metro Rail project, which is likely to start by December this year. The North-South corridor will run from Amosi Airport to Munshi Pulia via Charbagh, Vidhan Sabha Marg, Hazratganj, KD Singh Stadium, Lucknow University, IT Crossing and Badshah Nagar and Indira Nagar.
Coming up on the show, we'll be covering the markets of Gurgaon, Noida and Mumbai. And on that note, let's bring in our first caller. We are joined by Mr. Sher Singh, who is with us. Mr. Singh, thank you so much, sir, for tuning in, joining us on the show. Let's go ahead, sir. What's your question? What do you want to ask our expert?
Okay, hi, very good evening for today. I am looking to buy a 2 BHK plus study or 3 BHK in Noida. My budget is around 70 lakhs. I have shortlisted 2 projects. One is JP Casa Ice and another is Kingston Boulevard. So how do you rate these properties from investment point of view?
Okay, fair enough. Gaurav, what advice do you have for Mr. Singh?
I think he's shortlisted some good projects, and it's in the right prominent corridor called as the Noida Expressway. And we'll give you a quick understanding of these two projects and also give you some more options which you can evaluate. So maybe first a quick snapshot of the micro market. This is Noida Expressway Stretch 2, which has about 54 projects, a total supply of about 43,000 plus units. Available units would be just about 5,526. A very good inventory overhang of just 16 months. If you see the weighted average price of this micro market, it stands at about 4,539 per square feet, and the price appreciation also has been quite good. It's about 40% in the last 2.5 years. The two projects that you have in mind are from the JP Group. One, a project called Casa Isles in sector 129, trading at about 4,400 rupees a square feet. Total number of units would be about 1,500. A 3 BHK unit size would be about 1370 square feet, and the completion date for this project is in 2015. You would be getting this in the resale market. The second project in your mind is a project called Kensington Boulevard in sector 131, trading at about 4,550 per square feet. Again, a reasonably bigger sets of towers. About total number of units would be 1926, getting completed again around 2015. This is also available from the resale market. Now, if you see these two projects, both of these are good projects and they both get a go-ahead from us. The only thing what you need to keep at the back of your mind is that if you're investing in a project of this scale and magnanimity, your holding period needs to be slightly higher. So just that one note of caution. Otherwise, these are two very good projects. We'll also give you some interesting recommendations in these micro markets. First being a project called Karnam Greens from Sikka Group in sector 143B, trading at about 4,400 to 4,850 per square feet. Few units are available from the developer, and this should be getting completed somewhere around 2016. The second recommendation that we have for you is from a good developer called Paras Buildtech, and the project name is Paras Seasons, trading at about 4,800 rupees a square feet. This is available from the developer, but I think you can get a good deal from the resale market. The third recommendation that we have for you is a project called Lotus Zinc from the 3C company in sector 168. This is trading at about 4,700 rupees a square feet. Total number of units would be about 1,000, and this is IGBC Green Homes LEED certification program. Under that it comes, and these are interesting recommendations which you can also evaluate. But overall, even the projects that you are looking at with a longer investment horizon, you can go with those as well.
Just a quick recap of what recommendations Gaurav has given for Mr. Singh. Karnam Greens by Sikka Group features once again among the top recommendations. Project is also very sought after in the current market. Paras Seasons by Paras Buildtech is something you can look at. Lotus Zinc by the 3C company is also a recommendation from our expert. Let's move on and let's bring in our next query, which is an email that we have from Ritu Kohli. Now, Ritu, interestingly, is having a budget of about 1 crore, is interested in buying a 3 BHK apartment in and around Sector 78 in Gurgaon, but predominantly for investment purpose, has already highlighted a developer called Umang Developers for the project called Monsoon Breeze. The price as well is being quoted at about 5,497 rupees per square feet with multiple possession plans, including a linked plan which offers to pay 30% now, 65% on offer of possession and rest on actual possession. Gaurav, that's again a well-informed investor who already, I am assuming, has done some R&D. What would you recommend for Ritu?
I think, the project that she has in mind is indeed from a good developer, and you can perhaps go ahead with this. We'll give you some in-dive understanding of the project. But at your budget, you can actually look at the new Gurgaon sectors, which are much more developed than Sector 78. So nothing wrong with the project, but better options available also in your budget. So we'll give you an understanding of both, our recommendations and your preferred project. First, a quick snapshot of the micro markets. So there are two stretches. One is the new Gurgaon sectors, and the second is where your project lies, which is sectors beyond Sona Road. So the sector 81 and 82 and so on and so forth, which is the new Gurgaon lot, has about 68 projects, a total inventory of about 31,827 units, available just about 3,504 units, a very good inventory overhang of just 10 months. It's one of the fastest selling markets in Gurgaon at the moment. Prices would be about 5,218 per square feet. The second stretch is sectors beyond Sona Road, having about 75 projects, a total supply of about 27,182 units. Available units would be about 6,516, 12 months of inventory overhang, and the price would be about 6,463 per square feet. Both the regions have appreciated reasonably well. The new Gurgaon has appreciated by about 69%, and sectors beyond Sona Road by about 68% in the last 2.5 years. So fairly well, in comparison. The preferred project that you have in mind is a project called Monsoon Breeze 2 from Umang Realtech in sector 78. Actually, the deals that we hear from the developer is about 5375 per square feet, and the unit size for a 3 BHK would be about 1550 square feet. Units are available from the developer. This particular project also has phase 1 units around 4800 to about 5000 rupees a square feet in the resale market, and you can even evaluate those options. And this developer is like a JV between Uppal Housing and Indus Capital Partners, which is a New York based hedge fund. So for sure you can look at this. The only challenge in this one is the sector where it is located, which is sector 78, which is not the most happening micro markets at the moment. So therefore we'll give you some interesting recommendations in the New Gurgaon sectors. First being a project called The Leaf from SS Group. This is trading at about 5,400 rupees a square feet in sector 85. Total number of units in this project about 544. It's reasonably selling at the moment, and you have units available from the developer, but I think in your budget and owing to the overall market condition, you can surely get a very good deal from the resale market. The second on a list of recommendations, a project called Gurgaon 184 from Alpha G Corp in sector 84, trading at about 5300 per square feet. Total number of units will be about 650. Again, you can get a good deal from the resale market, and you can evaluate this because this is backed by the Morgan Stanley Private Equity Fund as a developer. So surely a good option for you. The third recommendation is a project called Spring Homes from Auris Infrastructure in sector 85, trading at about 6,500 rupees a square feet, 450 units in totality, and units are available from the developer. Again, this is a prominent developer which is doing a sizable number of projects. So any of these three recommendations is also what you can evaluate in the New Gurgaon region, which is I think one of the most sought after locations for investors at the moment.